Hey now,
How you doing?
how's everybody doing today?
How's it goes?
How's it goes it? How's it goes it? How's it goes it? We have been a little overwhelmed. That's why we missed yesterday. We had a surgery in family,
Yep.
which has thrown off all of my timing. Not as much as it, because it's thrown off my timing. In all defense of my wife who got foot surgery on Thursday, she's doing an amazing job, and I am having trouble finding where I fit. Finding where I fit. So I have too many projects going on currently.
hmm
To the point that, and meanwhile, nothing fits in any space in a way that I'm comfortable with.
hmm
You know, I've kind of tried to write off the day, but I have trouble doing that. I'm trying to at least get off a show every day. And meanwhile, I've got meetings with a leadership group later that,
Today?
yeah, they want me to be involved. I debate it back and forth because, I mean, they need a project manager. Yes,
Right.
I'm good at that. No, they don't know they need a project manager, though.
Right.
That first I'd have to sit down. So the way a project works is you got to sit down with somebody first and go, okay, what are you trying to accomplish?
Right.
And then you have to start identifying the people that can help with accomplishing that and actually go, okay, do this piece. Project management is breaking it down into pieces that are chewable.
hmm
Making it work. Are we having some sound issues? Oh, thank you. Da da da. We got heaters, we got air things, we got all kinds of things.
I didn't think about it, but I could kind of
Today,
hear it. So
today we even have a cigarette.
yeah, it's a it's a real rough show. I don't know how the sound sounds. I'm praying.
So the problem with projects is we get lost in them without
Very easily.
like nothing ends up finished. So project management, like I said, is about breaking stuff down into smaller pieces.
Right.
Going finish these smaller pieces.
Right.
We'll figure out how to stack them.
Yeah.
I'm constantly trying to do that with all of this.
hmm
Turning our day into Legos, going, okay, here's the spots that this fits, and what if we stack this in? I gotta get interviews going. The only time available for us to do interviews currently is going to be PM Eastern time.
Right.
It's gonna have to be.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that makes interviewing my, Buddha Free Maoki in India easy because, you know what, at least he's 12 hours off, and hey, he's
Right.
waking
So
up and full of energy.
Yeah.
But it makes Europe really hard because that's 3 hours behind us now. So if I'm trying to interview, right, if I'm trying to interview somebody in England, if I interview them at 9 o'clock, it's like, hey, can you stay up till midnight?
Yeah.
Well, that's not cool.
That's a rough one.
I mean, we can get them on.
We could do Europe in the midday maybe.
Well, but okay, when our schedule opens back up, that sounds great.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not a thing we can do right now. Currently,
I mean, Ross is currently rejoicing in the schedule because there's a little more time for Josh in the studio. No, that's okay.
Well,
that's built.
It's something I needed. It's something I needed anyway.
Yeah, but that's built into the schedule.
Yeah.
You have every afternoon for it now.
Yeah.
To some extent. I mean, our goal is to eventually have 3Gs on Monday. I want it to be warmer. I'm a goofball. For some reason, I feel like it needs to be warmer. We need to be outside in the spring with Justice. I don't know. Probably not. I'm probably going to be hiding in my basement. Same place I'm always hiding.
Who knows?
I mean, that's a current project.
What? The basement?
I'm isolating and getting really bad. I'm having trouble being around people. I can do it. The weird part is originally Zoom was an issue. Now I can do that. I can do that part and be like, oh, okay, I'm safe in my little cave. But go ahead.
I'll say that the last couple days of isolating haven't been all about our dynamic. It was a lot more of like when I'm in a big
you partied this weekend. Yeah. No. A lot of it is you got overwhelmed.
Yeah, when I'm in a big social setting with a lot of people, I need time to myself to calm down because I get really excited and I get really anxious. There's a lot of emotion going on.
Right.
And there's a lot of restraint that has to be used.
Well, go watch the kids. Go babysit with me. You got like 6 kids running around in circles doing loops.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's just like even with watching kids, I show a good amount of restraint because I don't want to like. I don't want them to think I'm a
I
kid.
only beat him this much. I got restraint.
I know rubber hoses don't leave marks. No, I'm good.
Well, no, I don't want them to
Beat
think
their
that
ass with a pool noodle. But
I don't want them to think that I'm a kid. Even though I still act like a kid in a
do
lot
you know
of
that a
ways.
lot of that's in your head? That you project the kid for. I've noticed you were outside with the kids,
Uh-huh.
and there was a moment where they needed adult
yeah,
supervision,
yeah.
and it was
I
like,
spaced on that one.
no, it's that you're not sure where to stand yet.
Yeah.
No, I totally
Very
understood.
much so, yes.
I totally got it. It's like, no, dude, you're the adult in that situation. He's like, he looks at me like,
There was a point earlier today where
who's on first? What? No, what's on second? I am definitely not the adult here.
right? No, there was a point where I went upstairs and I went to the bathroom and the kids were just wild, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get out of the bathroom. If they're still wilding, I gotta put on my adult hat and try and calm them down.
And, right, and be the.
And as soon as I got out there, everybody was calm again. I was like,
Thank God.
oh my God, yes. I was like, yes.
He's like all puffed up and faking it. Like, I'm gonna go adult, damn it. I don't care what it takes.
I hesitated to ask her if she needed help because I was like, if I ask her, I feel like she might still say yes, and I might still have to put the adult hat on.
Well,
I'm not gonna ask.
I think you should
Just
ask.
one time.
I think the goal is to ask.
Okay, at least ask.
I think that works you into the adult hat slowly. It helps to know when you got to put it on right now.
Okay.
That when you're out and about and you're having trouble figuring out, okay, shoot, am I supposed to be adult now, or is there an adult already in the room?
Right.
Asking the adult already in the room, what can I do to help?
Right.
Very adult move.
Okay.
Very adult move.
Okay.
Sneaking through the living room, hoping no one says anything to you. No.
I didn't sneak. Well, actually.
I've seen you go through. Like, wait a minute, did Ross just go through?
No, I have a small frame, and sometimes I subconsciously make my frame smaller than it is. It's weird.
He does that
It's
spelt side
I
move that
like
girls use to take naked
go,
pictures of
like,
themselves.
yeah, what?
You know, where they want to look skinnier. I'm Ross. Hit me like one of your French girls.
No, no.
I am not an adult. I am one of your French girls. I am not one of the French girls you are looking
Oh
for.
my gosh.
I am not the French girls you are looking for.
Star Wars and Titanic. Okay. Okay, here we go.
And then the death boat crashes into a glacier.
Man, it baffles the mind that these two idiots were arguing earlier.
We were.
We're goofing off and laughing.
And what we're arguing about endlessly is projects.
Yes.
That we both are trying to get stuff done, and we're trying endlessly.
We're trying not to bug each other with our shit, but at stuff, projects.
Projects.
But at the same time,
Yeah, projects.
but at the same time, there's a lot of like, dude, I don't have nobody else to talk to about this stuff.
A lot of times there's a bit much
can we figure this out
ballyhoo.
together? You know, like there's a lot of that going on. You know.
Well,
and
and the reality is we're also trying to constantly figure out timing.
Yeah.
When
is the right time to be doing this thing?
Yeah.
This thing. Yeah.
Should I be doing this right now? What am I doing right now? And then I don't let myself do anything.
And then feeling bad about doing something.
I don't let myself enjoy
Exactly.
anything.
You end up doing things at the wrong times, feeling bad about them, and then once you go to sleep, you feel like you haven't done anything, even though you might have done some stuff today. You know, even though you might have actually done some things and got some stuff done, it wasn't exactly what you needed in the moment, so now you feel bad because you're set back in this project, but you're up in this project, so it's like...
Right. Well, it's a constant...
Yeah.
My biggest problem is I don't give myself any leisure time. I take a ton of leisure time. I don't give myself any, so none of it's none of it's like enjoyable. It's not like, oh, you know what, I need to take an hour and I can go play World of Warcraft. Or, you know what, that I can... Meanwhile, though, I've had some health issues. I mean, I'll shut down for whole days. I don't know that they're health related. They may be more
mental.
That I have always now this time of year is always the hardest for me though.
Really?
Yeah, we're just getting to the point where I'm gonna get outside. I'm gonna be in the sun.
Right. You're gonna work on projects outside and
right.
Together outside.
Well, the big project outside. Other than letting the cat out, for those of you paying attention, the big project for outside is, of course, I have a grandson who I build play area for. A third of our yard is dedicated to his climbing. He's gone to Ninja Warrior School. He's in the world of projects. That's one that's been going on for years. I just keep adding to it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I'm ready to get people here to put fires. But I'm also dreading the idea of people being here.
Right.
You know, which is a weird. I'm not doing people very well currently.
I've contemplated the idea of doing my birthday here, but I haven't brought it up yet. But I was like, because okay, so one of my friends offered to use their house, and I was like, yeah, but like I might want to invite more people.
Well,
I don't want to just invite people to your house. You know, like that feels
right.
Yeah, that feels.
Well, it'd feel like it was your home if you got to throw a birthday party here, and there's a big backyard for throwing. What's the date again?
17th.
17th.
April 17th on a Sunday.
So what we need to check is the weather for the 16th.
Yes. That's what my other friends were talking about, is that they would all be free on the Saturday.
So now, is this the person that just had a birthday that was saying this?
No.
Oh, someone else.
So yeah.
Well, he'll want to be here too, though.
Yeah. I told them about it. So yeah.
It wasn't Ganja wanting to throw a party, was it?
Mm-mm.
Have you talked to him?
Yeah, he wanted.
Yes, we have a friend we call Ganja.
He wanted to come to the studio, Sunday.
Oh, okay.
And timing just didn't work out. He called me. He was like, "Hey, are you home?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." So.
Well, yeah, Sunday was weird shit. Birthday.
Yeah, exactly. I was doing stuff that weekend. And then.
That weekend. 2 days ago.
2 days ago, man.
That weekend.
Whatever.
Forever ago, man.
It feels like forever ago, man. No, but like.
Oh, hold on. Keep talking. I'm gonna go to the 17th and officially write your birthday.
Okay. Oh yeah. So basically, my friend offered her place, and we were gonna hang out. It was a couple friends, and then I thought about it, and I was like, wait, I kind of want to have more people, and I don't want to like just be like, hey, can we like party at your house? Like, can I invite all of my friends? like that feels a little bit weird just to.
Well, you know who we need to talk to.
Yeah.
She who lives upstairs.
Right.
The upstairs people.
She's gonna have to talk some food.
Well, we should plan that. I mean, actually, I'm probably gonna have to do the cooking.
Okay.
But that's okay. I'm a better cook anyways. I'm not saying she's not a good cook, but I mean, the reality is we're both professional level cooks. Right. If you want designer gourmet, you're probably my angle. If you're wanting down home, that's more her thing.
Okay.
So we just cook different styles to some extent. I can cook anything for anyone. I'm gonna ask people what kind of food they have there. No, don't ask. We're gonna talk about that and figure out how to do it right. Okay, gotcha. Then in the end, now tell them what kind of food and see if they have suggestions or if they want to bring stuff. Oh, okay. That's okay. And I definitely would go BYOB on the beverages. Yes. We'll buy, you bring in sodas and drinks, but you know what? Half part don't buy no alcohol. That's just... No, not for profit. I ain't kidding. If I took a vow of poverty today, I'd have more money tomorrow. I took a vow of poverty today. They go in, okay, I have no interest in money. I'm in debt, is what I'm saying. Well, but if I was willing to just go, I have no money and I'm here to, accept your alms for my nonprofit organization. Right. So if I just accepted, if I took a vow of poverty tomorrow, I could ask for money. You know what's hilarious is one time I was going out. There's a project for you. I was going out and Sean was like, hey, I'm going to give you like $20 so you don't have to go out there with nothing, right? Mm-hmm. So she sent it to my PayPal. My PayPal was $35 in the negative.
So I'm now $15 in the negative.
Did you tell her that instead of letting her? She could have gone WhatsApp or
Well,
Venmo or.
I was like, it's okay. I don't wanna, like, I don't know. It feels.
But the point of giving you the $20 was to make sure you had some money, not to pay your PayPal. Okay.
Well, I didn't use any money on the way
For
there.
those of you that don't know, Ross lives with us. For those of you that don't know, we're very broke. For those of you that don't know, that includes Rossi's family. Now, if he goes out and I have some money, I try to give him some. You know, just like the rest of my kids. Somehow I got an 18-year-old out of this deal. I don't know what happened. I don't even know his mom that way. Just saying. There is some resemblance, though, to him and Buckwheat's sister.
Shut up. Making me want to say my favorite cuss word. Jeez.
What, marmalade?
Marmalade.
For those of you that don't know,
What is marmalade?
that's Buckwheat's sister's name.
Oh.
Is marmalade.
Okay.
See, the funny thing is, what sticks in my head is I don't forget this stuff.
Uh-huh.
From now on, I'm gonna like see you as an orangey jam with little bits of rind all through it. Bows in your hair, and bows in your hair. Please, Spanky, let me play.
I didn't even know Buckwheat had a sister.
You know about alfalfa, right?
Yeah.
Spanky.
What the dude,
And then
the greasy
Spot.
thing.
You remember Spot the
Spike
dog?
Kid said. Yeah, I think so. I don't remember much
circle,
about the
circle
little
drawn
guy.
on his eye.
Circles drawn on his
Yeah, it's like he's got a circle. Like instead,
instead of a black eye.
his name is Spot. And yes, no, he has. It's the circle is drawn around one eye, and it's drawn noticeably drawn on. Like the kids put it there. Like they named him Spot for the fact they drew a spot on him.
We're gonna call you Spot.
They made a project of it.
Why are you gonna call me Spot? I don't have any spots. We're about to give you one.
Right? You know what? So I know that what happens is we both end up feeling the pressure of it in different ways. You know, and I have trouble not getting attached to other people's expectations. So that I'll end up feeling like I'm not working on anything that's me. That I don't exist in the space. And how do I that a lot of the projects I'm working on feel like other people's projects and not mine. That I'm not working that if I'm working on Universal Sangha or Wise Men's Global, as much as I want to support them, and that's a part of what I'm doing, I still end up attached to feeling unsupported myself. That I work really hard at trying to support other people, but I'm trying to figure out how I don't have any of that. And the weird part is it's not an expectation of like, it's that I want to feel seen too.
Yeah. There's a lot of balance going on, and there's a lot of like ending up feeling like working on other people's things feels good for a while until it doesn't.
Then you're like, well, what
and
happened?
And then I start realizing, wait, why am I not paying attention to my things?
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that, like, I almost feel like that general feeling oscillates between the two of us, because
I think so.
At one time or another,
we both
you could be feeling that, or I could be it's really a toss up. It just depends on what we're focusing on at the time.
No, I think that's true.
At least that's the way it ends up feeling.
No, I think it's valid, and what I've been trying to do to help is schedule more.
Yeah.
Go with the idea of what if, when we're doing something, we're doing what we're doing, so that when we're doing the other thing, we can feel good about it. And we endlessly fight over, okay, how are we getting there? That's different. That I expect every day, and us today we were fighting over albums. You know, what songs where and which songs to finish, and in the end, I expect us to have those fights.
I will say 100%. I still value your feedback, even if we argued about it.
Thank you. No, and I value your position. As an artist, as I like to think I am, of one thing or another. I don't know what it is I'm artistic about, but that there's some artsy fartsy thing going here. Yeah, some artisaning. I was
Yes.
artisaning the other day. Artisanal ice cubes is what it was, unfortunately. You know, I was hoping to have more important things to do, but I was watching kids and making artisanal ice cubes. Yeah, ice cubes needed made. Somebody had to make ice cubes.
Oh, okay.
That there are creative aspects of this that require conversations where we're going to disagree. That comes up when we're talking about our art to some extent. I try to never come across like I'm judging the pieces, more like I'm going, okay, give me more pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to be supportive of your vision, but I also sometimes try to be the boot in your ass.
I guess I didn't really go about it in the right way, and I didn't really like describe it the right way, but I guess I wanted to tell you, like, I value the idea that I need to list out everything that I have.
Right. To work through what you've
Like,
got,
totally.
as opposed
I
to...
totally understand that. And I understand that, okay, I need to figure out what I have, finish those songs, then push that out. Or just figure out where I need to push what.
Mm-hmm.
What needs to go where. And then the argument digressed into other things, and it
does. That's
yeah,
okay.
but it's okay. It does that. It does that.
That's an argument I expect us to have and work on.
Yes.
We're trying to work on. It's very much an artistic vision,
Mm-hmm.
and to some extent,
that's something we can kick down further.
So that currently I'm playing producer, he's playing artist.
Yes.
There's days where what he's doing is playing producer, that I'm playing artist, or what. Yeah, when are you doing more producing?
I would say when we're doing this, when we're talking about shows and like these
mm-hmm.
types of things, it's more your it's more your baby. You know, it's more your.
Well, no, right,
yeah,
right. There's definitely pieces.
And I'm more thinking of how are we gonna make this work, and then when it's the other way, it's flipped. So
right.
There's always a dynamic of.
Well, we need to have a sound mind on the other side of the table. Is what it 100%, ends up being. 100%,
yes.
That, and sometimes the sound mind is saying things you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Could be either of us.
Could be either.
But there is some. I mean, for those of you that watch us here once a day, nobody today, for instance, all of you not watching, maybe you'll catch it later,
right?
On Spotify or YouTube,
yeah,
on our channels.
I caught up to Spotify finally.
Right.
I was really glad because I did that before I partied.
No, and I was really.
It was good timing.
You're down one episode now.
I just need to catch up to the YouTube.
Yeah. Well, the goal is up.
Mm-hmm.
And that relates to that. One of the hardest part of projects is they're your babies.
Yes. You forget that very easily.
Well, and the hard part is figuring out which ones are your babies and which ones you're adopting and you don't want.
Actually, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
You know, there are ones you
put it, yeah.
Don't adopt babies you don't want. Yeah. Don't let people just lay, and this is my mistake over and over again. Don't let people lay their projects on you. That time and again, what happens is, that you're going, here, let me help you with this, help you with that, help you with this, help you with this, and then you go, oh, where'd that person go?
I will say I had a conversation that I forgot about, but I have to tell you about later. But I had a conversation that, like, made me realize I was like, okay, I think you're making a decision to adopt someone else's baby. Like, I don't think you need to be making that decision.
Well, we've got a baby I'm thinking about adopting, but the only way I feel comfortable adopting it is if I know I can get 6 months of activity out of it. Okay. If I can look at somebody and go, okay, yeah, I'm willing to contract and do this for 6 months. The donation has to be to the studio. I don't want the money. I want to know I don't have. Here's my big project is not having to worry about this. That I'm a month away again.
I don't want to.
Well, no. What I mean is I'm a month away from the cliff again. I'm talking about the finances.
Worry about this.
Yeah. That if I can find a way, go, okay, I know 6 months is covered. That would be huge. Don't get me wrong. We'll live month to month if we have to. We'll figure it out. I always do. I say that like it doesn't magically keep appearing. It has so far, but I'm the one most aware of the idea that any moment we have all these projects going, all these things that are based around this concept. Let's build a studio. Let's not put on a show and find other people. Right.
Everyone.
Let's come together.
Everyone. Yeah,
Everyone.
Yeah.
Let's come together. Let's have some fun.
Have a lot of fun, y'all.
How bad was that? How bad do I sound?
Well, I had to turn it down because it was peaking, but it's okay.
La-di-da.
I was peaking too. What
were you peaking at? So, in the midst of all of these projects and all of these, I want to do this and I want to interview that and I want to, okay, do I sell part of my time? What's my time worth? What if I'm working on somebody else's project? If I give somebody else 10 hours a week, 40 hours a month, what do I think that's worth?
I'll be honest, I had that same thought. Just slightly different thought. I was thinking about doing like temp jobs or something.
Right,
whatever
you
it's called.
different stuff, right?
Just because I was thinking like, okay, maybe I want to have like a little bit of money here and there that I can like put towards stuff instead of not having anything, because I just have to figure out how it's gonna work.
Did you get a little bit from helping over the weekend or not?
Yeah. Not right now, but.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Well, I didn't know what the situation was as far as bowling and other things that you were trying to do the other night.
Yeah.
Was that part of the problem? You didn't feel comfortable asking them if they could pay?
Well, no, I didn't. It wasn't that. It was just like I had felt like the day before was so much socially that I couldn't take another event.
Who all was with him that night? I know that Maya was there. Was that his sister in the back seat?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know who was in the car. Like who all was in the car. I don't know if the car was full, but
was it full when they dropped you off?
No, it was just three. It was three of us.
It was
three of us, including me.
Oh, so it was just you, Maya, and him.
It was him, Maya, and his sister. Yeah.
That's 4 people.
I just said 3, including me. Yeah, I just said 3, including me. That was.
Today on how to count. We're gonna start with 1. Pick anything you can see, and pick anything you can see where there's only there's nothing else that looks like it. That means there's 1.
Wait, no, I did it wrong.
There's 1 of them.
1 2
3
I'll be honest, I never watched Sesame Street. That's why I messed it up the first time. But anyway, I really didn't. I just know the count. That's it. But and Elmo, I know Elmo. And
Sesame Street's fault. The reason he can't count is he didn't. Yeah, there's an OG Grouch behind you. There's an Elmo.
And what's his name? Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster right there. Yeah, no.
That's Oscar.
That's Groucher. That's actually Cookie Monster's up there.
Oh yeah, Cookie Monster.
No, okay. Oscar the Grouch in the back. Furby, Elmo. Chilling. There's a Furby. Yeah. Then there's Grover, and then there's Cookie Monster. Yeah. Well, yeah. There's a shark. The shark's a lighter.
Oh.
There's also a sailboat.
That's interesting.
There's a sailboat. There's a skeleton, a rubber chicken. Do you see the rubber chicken?
The rubber chicken.
Yeah, look up at the horns.
Yeah.
That's actually a shootable. Oh no, just leave it there. Just leave it. Yeah, that's a shootable rubber chicken. That's you can boink, but it's old, so if you pull it back, it'd probably just snap in half, and then I would never rubber chicken anymore.
Right.
Too many projects. Yes, I have Sesame Street stuff up. I have. Those are pictures from my 50th birthday, including. You know that Pringles can lid is one of yours from when you first got here.
Where?
So if you look up at the pictures, see the red mustachioed Pringles man?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was you were into Pringles when you first got here.
Yeah, Pringles are still dope.
I know, but every so
just don't eat them as often.
Every so often, I find leftovers of whatever he's currently eating. So back then, it was Pringles can lids.
If it's Pringles, they'll be gone. They'll it'll be gone pretty soon. If it's not Pringles, usually I'll get like, hey bro, left this.
The only person I know worse than you about leaving trash all over the place is half your age. You're going to his room and be like, "What the hell happened in here?"
Well, I'll say that I've had like double the amount of time to like kind of work on it. I put a little bit of effort into it.
He said this much. I only beat him this much. I restrained myself.
I'm kind of getting
The difference,
better.
I'm older. I'm a little restrained.
I'll say that I'm kind of getting better at it. I gotta focus. You're very. I don't remember when you said it, but you had said that I gotta focus on eating when I'm eating specifically, and I was like, yeah, 100%.
There's a Zen. Okay, so called Zen, but there's a really Zen thing that I think is of value to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you're doing.
Yeah.
The reason it takes so long to accomplish most tasks is because you're
You're not
doing
doing it.
4 of them instead of going jump jump. It's what we were talking about with songs. It's instead of figuring out how to build castles, figure out how to get more Legos.
Right.
That constantly I'm trying to break it down into like, and then I'm doing this piece, and then I'm doing that piece, and then that the more I'm present in every moment doing the thing I'm doing,
Right.
not only the more productive, but the more likely I am to have an oh my god moment. You know, that I've cleared my head of everything but this.
Right.
I'm hearing this if I'm working on music, I'm chewing this and tasting it. If it's food, I take my water and I go, let me feel the water go into my body.
I've always thought about that as the zone.
That zone is what all of Zen is about. Zen is the zone diet.
I've had some days where I've been able to successfully like stay in the zone, quote unquote, for like the whole day. But
can you pick what zone? See, that's the trick. Zen is today I'm doing this, so today I'm doing this. Even if today this isn't necessarily exactly what I want to be doing, it's easy for us to go, oh, I'm always in the zone when I'm doing this thing I love. You're just doing the thing you love. The zone is harder to find when it's not things you love.
Yes, that's
finding a rhythm.
That's very true.
I used to always talk about chopping wood because of that. I always loved swinging an axe. Those of you out there that have pointed out, well, yeah, but did you ever have to chop wood for heat? You get tired chopping wood. I understand. I get it. So hopefully you can make it a meditation too. That's kind of the goal, is that you could do it every day and still have it be.
I was gonna say I thought chopping wood was like one of those things that like strong dudes out in the country just did every day. Like went out to chop wood, and that was
First off,
yeah.
chopping wood isn't as hard as you think it is, because hitting on pieces of wood that are just all gnarled and messed up are the worst pieces of wood to chop. Real chopping wood is you're cutting it down into burnable, like, so you've got splitters that you beat into the top of it so that the wood splits. It isn't so much about the axe as it is about splitting wood.
Okay.
Splitting wood and chopping wood are you can get really good at chopping wood too. And at that point, what you're doing is splitting the splits, making them like you get it on the end and you just drive it down through. But there's a rhythm to it if you're doing it right. Because your axe goes down, then it comes up and comes around and it goes down again, and then whether you're walking, whether you're swimming, the idea of finding a rhythm, that zone, the way you get there, no matter which project you're working on, it's immersing yourself in it in a way that you find a rhythm, especially if it's a repetitive task.
Oh yeah, I'll be honest, I'll say that no. No, I don't. Okay, hold.
I love your half
What I was
sentences.
trying to say. Okay, what I was gonna say was, I think that I've done that for things that I don't like before, but I take that back because sometimes what I find happens is I'll start doing something that I don't like, and I'll find out that I like it a lot more than I actually think.
That's the other thing. If you're really doing what you're doing, you may find you enjoy it a great deal more than you realize.
Yeah, like I've written essays that like I didn't like doing. I don't like doing essays, generally speaking. But like sometimes when I'm writing this one essay or I'm doing the research for this essay, I'm like, ooh, this is kind of
You
interesting.
need a blog. You should have a thing where you're putting out your thoughts in like brief essays.
Maybe.
That it would be interesting. We could put it up on the website, and it's just your experience.
I'll think about it.
Even if it's a spoken journal.
Uh-huh.
If you did it, you kids today, if you did like a video log where you were doing a spoken journal every day of your experience,
Maybe.
then I mean you'd be more interested if it was video as opposed to. But I mean you're already picking up TikTok fans and stuff. You had somewhere direct them where there was more of you
Yeah.
being your simply little self.
I'll only take one occasion.
Today on Lady Marmalade with Ross. Just marmalade with Ross.
No.
No?
No.
Can we do one marmalade episode where you wear the bows in your hair? No?
I cannot. I refuse.
Find a filter that puts the. Okay, can I find a filter that puts cat whiskers on you? Wouldn't that be funny if we showed up one day with filters and we're just like.
There's probably.
No, there's all kinds of them out. Yeah, no, there's. Yeah, we can do that.
I am not as interested in diving into how to do that. But if you somehow miraculously figure out how to do that, I guess I'll just have to.
Speaking of diving, have you ever like looked at our logo?
Yeah.
The logo is actually, it was unplanned, but it's a beautiful projection of who we are. It's me pulling magic tricks out of my hat, just making shit up, and it's you way in over your head in scuba gear. Going, oh my god, what the hell? How did I end up here? Somebody give me some air. Please, I need some air. I need air. God, I need air. Losing bubbles here.
I think the problem.
Because you got two little bubbles on your side, and I have two little stars on my side. It's actually, it matches up amazingly well. It really does. It's like you got two bubbles coming out of your scuba gear.
I got one bubble.
Okay, you got a bubble.
That's okay. I didn't mean it like it was. Yeah.
I'm blind and saw two. Don't let your projects overwhelm you. In the end, self-care is real care, and you have to exist outside all of this stuff. The same problem. I get so thrown into it that I forget life outside of the cave. I am in a horrible self-isolation moment where it's hard to explain to people that, and I've brought this up a few episodes now, that I'm outgoing, but oof. It's all, okay, so then the problem is, so I've seen these people. I'm big on seeing people. Dun, dun, dun. Seeing people. Dun, dun, dun. The problem is then I'm aware of them. And I'm compassionate towards them and I want to help. But at the same time, I have to make room for us to do the things we're doing. I have to exist. Did you see how even in trying to admit that I had to exist, I couldn't make it me. I had to make it our. I can't. I can grasp the idea of stuff for projects for everybody, caring deeply about everybody. And meanwhile, one project I don't care about is me. I'm not good at that. And I'll convince myself, see, I have no attachments, I know this, and then I'll realize something will stick in my craw. And you know that it's all bullshit at that point. Everything's a project, folks. One project at a time. Do what you're doing when you're doing it. You know what? Project those projects the best way you can. Facts. Right? Facts. Remember that I believe in you. It doesn't matter what you're doing, I believe in you. I believe that you're on your path and you're figuring it out. And I need to remember that about me, and I need to remember that about you. And that as much as it feels like we have to have all the answers today and here, right in this moment, that's being attached to what you know, and there's no way I know what I'm going to know tomorrow, or what I even know today. That's what I know.
Ask any questions.
Right? Do the best you can. Yeah, there's projects. try and put them in some orderly fashion. I don't know. Do the best you can. And don't beat yourself up.
It's not fun.
And that's what we call a show.